Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the fifth wave of the Marvel Legends Retro 3 3/4 inch figures from Kenner, aka Hasbro, and these are basically Marvel characters done in the style of the old retro Star Wars 3 3/4 inch figures, kind of a what if Kenner had the license back then situation. We can see here that the fifth wave is comprised of 5 figures. We have Mr. Fantastic, Dark Phoenix, Falcon, Venom, and Wolverine. So 2 of these are actually kind of repaints of figures that we've gotten previously. We did have Phoenix in the green costume and the kind of more traditional yellow and blue costume for Wolverine. So it's kind of cool. Those 2 were kind of a convention exclusive that were on Hasbro Pulse. And this is a way to still get versions of those characters out to mass retail, which is really nice. But first off, before we dive in any further, I got to talk about this packaging because I absolutely love the art style for the packaging for these figures. You just get kind of a really cool, like, 70s, 80s kind of comic book vibe here. Very colorful, very fun. Nice big picture of the character here on the front. You have the name of the character up there. And then over here on the back, you get kind of like a little bio for the character. Just really, really fun. I just absolutely love the artwork for these. So here's Wolverine. We have Venom. Venom's one of my all-time favorite comic book characters. I love this artwork here. This looks absolutely beautiful. It also kind of tells you if the character is from like a larger series. So obviously Wolverine had his own book at one point. Venom is part of Spider-Man. Here we have Marvel's Falcon. I'm not sure if he had his own book at some point. I'm sure he probably did. But again, really beautiful artwork here. And he actually comes with Red Wing as an accessory, which is very, very cool. And then we can see here from the Uncanny X-Men, we have Dark Phoenix. And then from the Fantastic Four, we have Mr. Fantastic. And I love this little, they got the Fantastic car up here with the other members, and he's kind of stretching out all the way to be featured here on the side. Very, very cool. I'm liking that quite a bit. So let me show you the back of all of these. So again, really cool packaging. I just really love these figures, so anytime a new wave comes out, I'm very excited. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these out of the packaging so that we can take a closer look. So here are the 5 figures out of the packaging. We'll start over here on the left with Dark Phoenix. She looks really cool. She has the glowing yellow eyes and the really nice yellow and red paint scheme. You can see the hair is all molded into the head. You can kind of turn it side to side, but it is a little restricted because of that hair. Arm can swivel. Again, restricted a little bit by the hair, but you can almost get it all the way around. She also has a rotation here about halfway up the forearm, where most characters would have their gloves start. She's got this soft piece of kind of very pliable plastic here for the sash, and then she does have about a 90-degree bend at the waist. It kind of looks like she would have a swivel here at the boot, because it's just a different piece of plastic, but they actually don't. None of the characters have a boot swivel. And just to do a quick comparison with the other version of Phoenix that was available in that Convention 2-pack, you can see she has the green costume and she's got a gold color scheme instead of yellow, and she has kind of normal eyes as opposed to the glowing eyes. So definitely still the same mold, but you can see 2 very different paint jobs. I think both of these look really, really good. Now we will move on to one of my absolute favorites, Venom. I think they did a really great job with this. I love the giant toothy smile there. All of the detailing there for the teeth, very, very well done. I think the eyes look fantastic. He's got the white spider on both the front and the back, which I appreciate. Head can move from side to side. Arms do spin all the way around. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any kind of swivel in the wrist or the forearm. His arms are just one solid piece. But he's got those little white rectangles there on the back of the hands. And then he does have the 90-degree bend at the waist. And then again, his legs are one solid piece. But he really, really looks cool. I think it's kind of neat because usually they almost always do Venom with his tongue hanging out. So it's interesting for once to see him without that. And I just really like the head sculpt there. I think that looks really cool. Moving on to the brown costume Wolverine. He is looking very, very milk chocolate. I mean, every time I look at this, it just really looks like chocolate. That's really the color of brown that they've gone with here, but it does look pretty good. He's got the head swivel, of course, the arm swivel. He does have a swivel here where his gloves start, and then he's got the 90-degree bend. The only thing with this one is you can see the sculpture here on the boots. That really should be painted black, and maybe if you had a Gundam marker or something, you could color that in. But there should be some black detailing there on the boots, which is the only thing I'm really missing from this guy. Otherwise, he looks pretty great. And you can see what I mean here. Here is the convention exclusive Wolverine. And you can see here, he does have that black trim, and it really, really stands out. But otherwise, it is the same mold. You can see the head sculpt and everything is exactly the same. Both costumes look really, really good. I just wish he had that black trim on the boots. Next up, we have Mr. Fantastic. He doesn't have any kind of stretchy or bendable or pliable parts. I kind of prefer it that way because that kind of stuff tends to denigrate over time. So I'm kind of happy that he is just a solid character. But head sculpt looks really great. Nice paint applications there. Has the head swivel, has the rotating arms. He has the swivel at the glove. And then, of course, the bend in the waist. Again, does not have, looks like he might have a swivel there at the boot, but he doesn't. Looks very cool. And then we have Falcon, and Falcon has a ton of accessories. He really, really came out great. Of course, he has Red Wing here, and Red Wing is definitely made out of a softer, more bendy plastic here. You can see that the talons are painted, and then the eyes and the beak are painted very nicely, and he has the ability to just kind of clamp onto the wrist there, which is very, very cool. Falcon himself looks fantastic. Again, really nice paint applications here. Has the head swivel, arm swivel, glove swivel, and waist, just like you would expect. But again, just really great paint detailing everywhere. And then he's got his wings on his back. And I was always very interested to see how they would handle this, because we have a couple of winged characters. I'm really hoping for an Archangel at some point, even just regular Angel. But you can see that the wings are connected. You can either completely unpeg them, but they are... You can actually think you can just kind of completely take them apart if you want, because it's just one long peg through a peg hole there. But you can peg them onto the back. You can take them off if you want, and then they can kind of swivel, which is really nice. So if you want to have them compact as much as you possibly can, you can do something like that. If you kind of want them, you know, maybe just a little compacted, something like that, which I kind of like, you can have them all the way out to the side, like he's flying. Or I know a lot of times he'll have them kind of connected to his hands. If you want to kind of do something like this, you can kind of simulate that by kind of tilting him up like that and having him fly around. So you have some nice options there. A lot of decent posability with the wings. I feel like it's done as well as it possibly could be for this scale, because you can't, I mean, because these are kind of retro basic figures, that's kind of the theme. It doesn't really make sense to have like over ridiculously articulated wings. And I think the way they've done them here is actually kind of perfect. It makes sense. It looks good, decent functionality. You can just completely remove them if you want, so you have a lot of options. So I'm really happy with how these turned out, and I'm really hoping we get some more winged characters. Like I said, either Angel or Archangel. I'd love both. Something like that would be very cool. And I love that he has Red Wing and that you can just kind of perch him here on the arm. And it actually stays pretty well. So I think all 5 of these turned out absolutely fantastic. I really love them. The only thing I would even complain about the entire wave is really just I wish that black paint was on Wolverine's boots. Other than that, they're all pretty fantastic. So I wanted to do a couple group shots for you with some of our newer characters. You can see here in the front we're getting very close to completing the Fantastic Four with Reed, Sue, and Johnny. I don't have the Thing yet. He's in the next wave, so I kind of just have Silver Surfer here hanging out as kind of a placeholder. And then over here I wanted to show off Venom, of course, with Spidey, but we also have the black costume Spider-Man. So you can kind of see a direct comparison here. You can see that the spider on the black costume Spider-Man is a little bit tighter. This guy's a little bit more spaced out, but we do have that on the front and back there as well. So I will put these guys off to the side. I love this. I absolutely love these two together. They look absolutely fantastic. I will move the Fantastic Four off to the side as well, so you can see our 2 groups here in the back. We have the Avengers going on here. We got Cap, Vision, Ant-Man, Iron Man, and the Hulk. And then you can see we got Falcon joining the crew there. And then these are all the X-Men we have so far. Yes, I know I have 2 Phoenix and 2 Wolverine here. I'll go ahead and take these guys out so we have just our newer characters here. But we got Cyclops, Iceman, Storm, Magneto. Very excited for more X-Men. I would really love a Colossus, a Nightcrawler, and like I said, an Angel, Archangel, Beast. There's so many great X-Men. Gambit, just keep them coming. I love this line. I'm having a lot of fun with them. And it's really fun once you get a lot of them to kind of see who goes together and start building your teams like this. I think the Avengers over here in particular look absolutely fantastic. You know, a lot of colors going on. Very fun to pose them all together. look absolutely fantastic. And of course, I love the X-Men, so give me as many X-Men as you possibly can. So these are looking fantastic, and I love starting to build the teams and putting them all together like this. I think this is an absolutely fantastic wave. Venom, probably my favorite. I'm a little biased. He's one of my favorite characters, but I think he's probably my favorite. Just really well done. The teeth look fantastic. All the detailing there. The spider on both the front and the back. The eyes. All of it just looks absolutely fantastic. Kind of wish he had that rotation in the forearm, but I understand maybe there wasn't a logical place to have the break, and then maybe it looked a little weird, so I can understand that. Milk Chocolate Wolverine, he definitely looks good, but he is just exactly the shade of milk chocolate, so every time I look at him, I just think he looks like he's made of chocolate. I do wish that he had the black detailing on the boots. I think that would really look good. Break up the brown a little bit, but otherwise he's pretty cool. I've always liked that costume, but I am more partial to the yellow and blue, so I'm happy I have that version as well. Falcon, fantastic. He looks great. A lot of paint applications on the costume there. Looks fantastic. I love Red Wing. He came out really great. He can perch on his arm, which is really cool. I love the way they did the wings for him. I think it makes sense that it has a great amount of articulation, so you have a lot of posing options with that. Reed looks good. Again, you know, I can understand some people might want some way to demonstrate his powers. Invisible Woman didn't really have a way to demonstrate them either, so I get it, but he is still a great looking figure. The suit looks great, and when I finally have all 4 members of the Fantastic Four, they're going to look really great together. Dark Phoenix, also really cool. Again, another repaint, but very radically different from the green costume. Like I said, it has the glowing green eyes where the other one did not. And I think the yellow works better with the red than the gold. I kind of wish the yellow was on that green one as well, just because I think the green and the yellow look really good together. The gold came out okay, but I worry about, you know, kind of gold plastic syndrome and that kind of stuff going forward. But, you know, this is definitely a really solid option here. Dark Phoenix looks really fantastic. So absolutely love this wave. Definitely recommend checking them out. I think this is Wave 5. Wave 5's been out for a little bit. Wave 6 is already kind of starting to show up some places. I think it's been on Amazon. So I'm trying to get a hold of Wave 6 as well. I absolutely love this line. I think he looks absolutely fantastic, and I definitely recommend checking them out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.